Hello students, in this module we are going to discuss about the classification of carbohydrates. Let's start with the classification of carbohydrates based on the products of hydrolysis. They are classified into two different categories. The first one is simple and the next one is complex carbohydrates. Right now we would start with complex carbohydrates. So let's start with the classification of complex carbohydrates. They are divided into two more categories. The first one is oligosaccharides. The next one is polysaccharide. Now what do we mean by oligosaccharides and polysaccharides? Let's see. Oligosaccharides means oligo is equal to few, saccharide is equal to sugar molecules or monomers. And few means how much? The few means 2 to 10 monomers. Oligosaccharides further are classified as disaccharides, which are compounds which on hydrolysis gives 2 sugar monomers. Example for this is sucrose, which is made from glucose and fructose. The next example is maltose, made from glucose plus glucose. The next is lactose, made from glucose and galactose. Moving further, oligosaccharides are divided further into trisaccharide as well, which are nothing but compounds which on hydrolysis gives 3 sugar monomers, and these compounds have a general formula as C18H32O16. Example for this is raffinose, which comprises of glucose, fructose and galactose. Similarly, there is one more division called as tetrasaccharides. What are tetrasaccharides? As the name suggests, these are compounds which on hydrolysis gives 4 monomers or 4 sugar units, and these have a general formula as C24H42O21. Example for this is stachylose, which comprises of glucose, fructose and 2 molecules of galactose. Now let's start with polysaccharide. Poly means many and saccharide means again sugar or sugar molecules. Thus we can say, what are polysaccharides? These are nothing but carbohydrates which on hydrolysis will yield a large number of monosaccharide units, and the example for this are nothing but starch, cellulose, glycogen, etc. So we have already discussed that classification of carbohydrate is done on the basis of hydrolysis as simple and complex. Let's start with the next, that is simple or monosaccharides. So, simple carbohydrates, which are also referred as monosaccharides. Why they are monosaccharides? They are monosaccharides because they cannot be hydrolyzed further. And these monosaccharides based on the functional group are classified as aldoses and ketoses. Now, as the name suggests, aldoses are the carbohydrates which consist of aldehydic group. Ketoses consist of ketonic group. Aldoses and ketoses further are classified but based on number of carbon atoms into trisaccharides or trioses, tetroses, pentoses, and hexoses. What is trioses? Trioses are monomers which consist of 3 carbon atoms. Tetroses are 4, pentoses are 5, and hexoses are 6 carbon atom monomers. Now, trioses. The first example is glyceraldehyde having a formula of C3H6O3. Tetroses, the example is erythrose. Pentose, the example is ribose. And hexoses, the example is glucose. Similarly, ketoses can be further classified as trioses, tetroses, pentoses, and hexoses. What is trioses? Then compounds which consist of 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, trioses. Example for trioses is a compound called as dihydroxyacetone. Tetroses, the example is erythrulose. Pentoses, the example is ribulose. And hexoses, the example is fructose. This was all about this module, students. Meet you in the next module. Till then, thank you.